Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1 and today I want to talk about the Gultung situation. Now, I waited a couple of days because it's been a little difficult for me to speak for the past couple of days because I'm sick, but I'm glad I waited because now I have more to say about the situation. Now, my first gut reaction when this came back was that I was livid, as a lot of you were as well, and I think there's good reason for that. This looks like an obvious cash grab to me. Instead of just rerunning the Orost like they said they were going to do, we end up getting the second most desired clan after the Devala, and it's in between a really good tank clan. They waited until they saw us spend our diamonds and our summoning stones, and then they said, okay, let's flip the script, and now if they want to get this, they're gonna have to pay. But I do like to try to be as fair-minded as possible. One thing that I noticed was the 7-day Saros Festival quest started on day 2. I'm not the only one that noticed that, a lot of people did, and that leads me to believe that there was a mistake made. Now, it could be that they saw the dollar signs, they saw a chance to try to pry our money from our wallets, and they decided that they were going to do that, and they didn't care if they were releasing a broken quest pack into the game, because it gave them not only the ability to charge people for summoning on the Gultung, but also for getting the battle pass and all of the cool stuff that comes with that, and to be honest, it just seems greedy. Now, in my desire to be fair to them about this, I was looking at these quests and the fact that it started on the second day, and I thought maybe it was something else. Maybe there was a glitch with the Orost clan and they just couldn't get it to come back. Now, if that was the case and they had to change the schedule, I think it's reasonable to assume that they would try to change it back to something that we would want more, so we didn't feel like we were getting something worse, or maybe a rerun that's already been around a couple of times. People would have complained about that as well. So we could give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they were actually just trying to fix a mistake and give us something we wanted, and they didn't realize how it would appear to us because in their heads they were trying to be helpful. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think that's what it was. I think it was them being greedy, but since there's a reasonable explanation of how they could not have been total jerks about it, I think we should just try to chill out and just hope that it was that. And by the way, if you decided not to buy any of this Battle Pass stuff, then you're still getting all this extra free stuff from the Battle Pass coming back, right? So with those quests that came back with this Battle Pass, you're actually getting free stuff. It's a way for you to spend again, and it's a way for them to get more money from you. That's true. But it's not only that. You also get the option to get some free stuff. So I think giving the benefit of the doubt is a good thing to do. And if you're not sure of somebody's intentions, then maybe it's better that you don't jump on them and accuse them of being the worst possible thing they could be. But they just really like to shoot themselves in the foot, don't they? I really think they like to shoot themselves in the foot. And the reason I say that is because now today we come into our Grand Bazaar and we see here that we have this dragon headgear that we can purchase for $30 American. Now, I can't arouse my voice too much to explain exactly how annoyed I am at this. They add these bonuses, and then probably the most favorable one, which is a 6% tax increase, they sell you for $30. It's just disgusting. I don't know who's in charge of setting these prices or setting up these shops, but Goat Games, you should fire this person or this committee, whoever made this. Now, I want to be clear that the developers at Goat Games and the people who set prices are not the same people. The ones who are making the game, doing the art, doing the coding, it's most likely that they want to do a good job and they want to have a good game and they want to be proud of their product. But it's also most likely that there's some dude in a dark suit that comes in every now and then and says, okay, now I want you to bend the players over and just go ahead and rob them of all of their money. And I want you to do that the best you possibly can. And his whole job is just to continually try to rob people by giving them these little dangling carrots and trying to pry as much money as they can away from us. So I hope that you can keep it in your mind that there are two different sections of people here that we are dealing with. Some of them that care about the game, some of them that don't. And that's going to be the same thing in anything that you do. I know a lot of people have been talking to me about the Discord moderators on the official Discord and how they don't care and you end up getting silenced when you express your opinions. Now, as in all things, some of those are founded, some of those have not been founded, and some of those mods actually care about the concerns of the community. Others, I'm not so sure. I can't speak for everyone. But this isn't the only robbery they're trying to pull on you, and please, dear God, nobody buy this. Come on. You're smarter than that. Don't spend $30 on this in-game item that makes almost no difference. On top of that one, oh, you get yourself another pack that you can buy where you can pick one of these, and you can spend $20 on it. This is ridiculous. This box should be $5. And if it was $5, we'd all be happy that they added it to the game. But they want to make it 4 times the value that it possibly could even achieve. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, maybe this one, I understand why it's more, because it's 6% tax bonus. It's probably one of the best masks to keep on all the time. The combat masks only help you when you're in combat. This one helps you literally all the time, and 6% can be considerable, especially since gold is the thing that holds a lot of people back. So maybe if this was $10, I still would say this is dumb and I don't like it, but I probably wouldn't tell people you should never buy this. But at this price point, you should never buy this, ever. Because when you buy this, you're telling them, oh hey, remember that $50 for one mythic champion? That was fine. $30 for a mask? That's fine. Keep doing this, we'll buy it. Keep doing it, we'll buy it. You're not going to want that. Okay? Even if you want this real bad and you have the $30, think about your future and the future of the game. Don't encourage this behavior. You must know where this is leading. It's going to get worse and worse the more you support this garbage. So don't. I feel like I'm making an ASMR video right now because I want to practically be shouting about it, but I can't hardly make a noise for my voice. So we're stuck with what we got. And I hope that you're fine with that. Now, the last time that I told people not to go out and buy the stupid stuff that they had released, I was told that I just want the game to fail and I don't want anybody to support it. I want to let you know that I do have a video about things that I think you should buy and good values that I think that you should support the game with. I think the game deserves support. The developers that actually care about the game deserve support, and they deserve a chance to be able to make this game the best game on the market, because honestly, if those greedy a-holes weren't part of the situation, it probably would be the best game. But the developers aren't always allowed to make the choices they want to make, and they're being pulled in different directions, and they got some evil dictator telling them to go screw the game up for everybody. Now, since I'm a little bit grumpy, and I'm a little bit miserable from being sick, and I'm doing my rants anyway, I did want to talk about one other thing. Now, I'm not going to go into totally why I think that energetic in general is better than honorable. I'll say this. Honorable is going to be better than energetic. If you are building a sustained team, your team is lasting longer than 30 seconds in most cases, and you don't plan on changing your team and switching around. Because as soon as you're not on a sustained comp, energetic is going to do better. As soon as your matches aren't going long, energetic is going to do better. I hear cases where people are saying steadfast makes up the difference. I don't believe it does, okay, unless you have a really long match. And some of the things that we're measuring in this post are not good measurements. That being said, this is the best post that you could go to for the math on the subject. I think iGod does really great work, and he's definitely doing the hard work that a lot of us are too lazy to do, including myself. So please don't take this personally, iGod. If you're seeing this, I think you're doing a great job. I disagree with you very slightly on this, that I think energetic should be the default because honorable's only better in specific teams. Energetic is always good. So that's my only contention there. But what I really disagree with is down at the bottom where it says 1 for 3 for honorable. If you're still not convinced now, there is no saving you. Now, yes, there's a smiley face there. And for me, I'm not personally insulted by that. However, this is something that I see in our community over and over again, where people are literally laughing at people who simply just don't know as much or don't hold the same opinions. So again, I have the utmost respect for iGod. I'm using him as an example because I can come away from this saying that he's doing a great job, okay? I'm not trying to pick on the guy that much. In fact, I'm sure that I've said similar stuff, if not in this community, then definitely in others. So please don't think that I think that I'm better than this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think that we need to be careful with the way that we're talking to other people about their builds. I've certainly had a couple of people in my Discord now who will occasionally laugh at people when they see a trait build, and that's not what I want to see, especially not in my community. Now, this iGod post is not in my community, but I still think it's relevant. I think we could be a little more polite to each other, and I think that these discussions are not as black and white, especially in this case. I don't even agree with the guy, and he's literally laughing at people saying that this is better. Now, he's hinging that on the fact that he assumes that everybody's going to have a sustained team. If you've seen the high-ranking teams or the majority of teams, which I get sent tens of teams every day to look at, and not every one of them is a sustained comp. In fact, I would say most of them are not. That's why I suggest energetic, because you give yourself the freedom, and to make honorable better, it becomes slightly better in certain situations. There's really not a case where it's just going to be far out and away the single best thing you could do. So I think that laughing at people is inappropriate. And if you're one of the people on my Discord and you find yourself laughing at people's builds, I would really encourage you to stop that. I have not had anything on my Discord so far that I felt like I needed to get rid of people about, but that is one of them, because my community is a place for new players to come and learn. And it's a place for people to be able to experiment and talk about builds. And if you're going to be putting people down, I'm not into it, okay? So maybe I'm being too harsh here, but I'm just, like I said, I'm been miserable for days. So I think that the common theme in this video is just don't be so sure that you're right all the time. We don't know if the company is simply being greedy. I think it's safe to assume it myself, but we can't go start a crusade and a riot over it because it might not be the case. So, you know, if they come around to the Devala and they don't actually end up releasing Devala, then yeah, we should pick up our pitchforks and our torches and go rushing down the streets saying nobody should play this game because they don't care about you. But I don't think we're at that point yet. And then similarly, I just think that we should take really good care of each other when we're talking about builds and experimenting and doing some brainstorming in the comments of both Discords. Now, obviously, I think the official Discord has gotten to a much more negative place than my Discord has, but still, I think we should all take care of each other. What a battle we have here with 2 sustained comps, 2 immortals, fighting until the end of time. I'm actually excited to see who's going to win here. I think the CC is really paying off. The male Lume has gotten 2 revives now, which really basically saved the game for us. That was an interesting fight. So, I don't know. That's just a couple of things that I wanted to get off of my chest, you know. And the complaints about the community tone to each other is very minor. For the most part, people have been great. And even when it's gotten negative, it usually goes fairly under the radar. So don't feel too insulted if you feel like you're one of the people that I'm talking about. Just maybe try to avoid doing that in the future. For now, I want to thank you guys for watching. I have been RagePanda1, and I will see you in the next one.